Imagine finally going after the big goals you've been putting off, taking on challenges you used to think were way out of your league, and making bold moves without overthinking everything. All three of these scenarios are entirely possible when you learn to silence your self-doubt. Stick with me because today I'm going to show you how to stop letting self-doubt keep you stuck and start stepping into the best version of you. Hi, I'm Fia Fasbinder, CEO of Moxie Institute. Welcome to Fia Speaks, my new video series where I'll give you the tools to build unshakable confidence, embrace challenges, push past fear, and unlock your next level of success. Now, whether you're gearing up to crush a big presentation at work, requesting a promotion, or leading a team meeting, silencing your self-doubt and stepping into stressful situations with confidence is the ultimate power move. But let's get real. How many times have you asked yourself, why do I feel so doubtful even when I know somewhere down inside I've got what it takes? Why can't I just feel confident? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Self-doubt shows up in our life when we're trying something new, taking a risk, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, or leveling up. In other words, any time we're growing. And guess what? It's totally normal. It's actually totally normal and totally natural for self-doubt to show up in these scenarios. And today I'm going to help you stop being scared of your self-doubt and start seeing it in a whole new light. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I'll give you 3 proven strategies to make sure self-doubt doesn't take you on a detour from your path to achieving your biggest hopes, dreams, and goals. So here's the truth about your self-doubt. It's simply part of the process when you're stepping into something new, because we are hardwired for self-doubt to show up anytime we're doing something that involves uncertainty or the potential for rejection. But it's important to understand what self-doubt really is. It's your primitive alarm system designed to ensure your survival and keep you safe from danger. And it kicks in anytime your brain senses a threat. Now, back in the days of saber-toothed tigers, a little self-doubt could be a life-saving reaction. Second-guessing whether you should walk past the rustle in the bush or avoid the frowning caveman may just have saved you from being eaten by a bear or kicked out of the cave. The problem is that in 2 million years, our brains still can't tell the difference between a real threat to our survival, like being eaten or ostracized from the clan, and an imagined one like giving a presentation. In other words, our brain can't tell the difference between an ancient threat like being chased by a bear and a modern one like chasing a goal. And our brain doesn't realize that so many situations these days that involve uncertainty and potential for rejection aren't actually threats to our existence. They're moments of growth. So our brain reacts to a perceived threat by setting off an alarm in our head. And this alarm doesn't sound like a car alarm or a house alarm. It sounds like you doubting yourself. The problem is, for so many of us, we believe our inner Debbie Downer is telling the truth and highlighting our real inadequacies. We don't question the self-doubt, and we don't recognize that it's surfacing not because we're inadequate or incapable, but because we're human. And we have a misaligned yet well-meaning warning system that is just having trouble differentiating between a threat and an opportunity. So how do we stop letting self-doubt keep us stuck and stagnant in our comfort zone? Here's where self-confidence comes in. Because self-confidence is like a counterbalance to self-doubt. It allows you to override that false alarm your brain sets off for any imagined risk and stay focused on your actual opportunities. And when you do this, you step into your power instead of feeling paralyzed by your fear. The first time I faced serious self-doubt, I was 19 years old. I was about to step on stage in front of hundreds of people at an acting showcase in New York City. My knees were shaking, my heart was racing, and my inner voice was screaming, "You're not ready, you're going to mess this up, they're not gonna like you." I almost ran out the back door of the theater, and I probably would have if I wasn't stopped by the stage manager. The situation felt like life or death. But here's the thing. I went out there anyways, and guess what? I didn't die. I didn't even fail. It took another 3 showcases to get a talent agent to sign me, but that moment taught me a really powerful lesson. My self-doubt won't disappear, but it also doesn't have to control me. The key isn't to fight it or try to push it down. It's to recognize it as a sign that you're pushing your limits and you're growing, and then manage it. I call this self-doubt silencing, and I have a 3-step process to silence your self-doubt. So let's dive in. Step number 1 is normalize the doubt. The first step is to acknowledge that self-doubt is completely normal and just your brain doing what it was designed to do, keep you safe. And it's never going to completely go away. Think of your self-doubt like a broken radio in your head that you can never turn off. If a distracting song is blasting loudly while you're driving toward that big goal, you can't turn it off, but you can at least turn the volume way down. And even though you may not be able to completely get rid of the song, you can lower the intensity so it doesn't drown out your focus. A few years ago, I was preparing for a high-stakes presentation in front of a group of executives at a large pharmaceutical company. And even though I teach confidence for a living, the night before I was completely freaking out. I kept thinking, what if I mess this up? What if they don't think I'm qualified? Once I was able to calm down, I recognized that good old self-doubt had shown up as a sign that I was leveling up. The next day, I didn't try to push down my doubt or make it go away. I acknowledged it and then made a conscious effort to turn down the volume on that negative inner chatter. By turning down the volume, I could focus on what I needed to say and walk into that boardroom calm, clear, and confident. My self-doubt didn't disappear, but it didn't control me either. Okay, moving on to step 2, neutralize the doubt. When self-doubt shows up in our lives during a high-pressure scenario, it's usually accompanied by nerves that flood our body with adrenaline, making our heart race and our breathing shallow. It's our fight, flight, or freeze system kicking in. But now that you've normalized your self-doubt, you can bring yourself back down to planet Earth by controlling your breathing. Now, I use a simple but powerful breathing technique called box breathing, where we breathe in for 4 counts, hold our breath for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts. It's a simple rhythm, but it has a profound effect on your nervous system. Now, this kind of deep rhythmic breathing tells your brain, we're okay, we're safe, there's no tigers here. And it helps neutralize that fight, flight, or freeze response in your body. So let's try a quick round of box breathing so you can use it next time you're in any kind of pressure cooker situation. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold our breath for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 4. And we're going to breathe low and slow, incorporating our diaphragms. Now, I've done several videos on controlled breathing, so feel free to watch any one of them if you want to learn how to properly use your diaphragm in your breathing. Ready? Let's start. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Now, we only did 2 rounds of box breathings to keep this video short, but I recommend at least 5 rounds if you want this technique to work for you. But even with 2 rounds, I want you to notice how you feel now. Hopefully more grounded and less tense. When you practice this box breathing technique, you feel your body relax, your mind clear, and your anxiety levels lower. And this happens because you're sending a signal to your brain that you're safe, because you only breathe this way when you're safe. That's the power of controlled breathing. It's not just about calming your body. It's about training your brain to trust that you're safe even in stressful situations. Okay, the final step, step 3, navigate forward anyway. Now that you've normalized and neutralized your self-doubt, it's time to move forward anyway. So many psychological studies have shown that the way you talk to yourself can have a huge impact on your performance, and that using affirmations like positive, empowering statements you say to yourself helps quiet the self-doubt and sharpen your focus. The most amazing part? Affirmations can literally rewire your brain for confidence, and they make you more likely to succeed in challenging situations. So when you replace the negative talk in your head like, I can't do this, with more positive talk like, I've prepared for this moment, or I'm the kind of person who doesn't give up, you replace the inner chatter of your inner critic with more productive, more positive, and more accurate thoughts. And that's it. All 3 steps to silencing your self-doubt. Normalize it, neutralize it, and move forward anyway. Here's the thing, your self-doubt is never going away. Not if you're the kind of person who is constantly growing, leveling up, and pushing your limits. And that's okay. It's just part of the deal when you're striving for more. When you stop trying to eliminate your self-doubt completely and recognize it for what it is, it doesn't hold you back anymore. So here's my challenge to you. Think about one thing you want to do this week that makes that song on your self-doubt radio blast. Then write it down on a sticky note, and next to it write, "Self-doubt doesn't stop me." And I want you to keep this sticky note somewhere you can see it to remind yourself that you can slay your goals despite your self-doubt. And practice that self-doubt silencer method to turn self-doubt into steps to success. You've got this. Step into your power and become unstoppable. And know I'm here to cheer you on every step of the way. I hope this video gave you some new perspectives on self-doubt. If it did, I'd love it if you hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tools to build your self-confidence. Oh, and drop a comment below. What's the self-doubt inducing scenario you're going to face this week? Until next time, stay confident, stay courageous, and let your Moxie shine. I'll see you in my next video.